Hey guys, what's going on? It's Derek from Derek's Horror Stuff, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the new release of the Munsters movie directed by Rob Zombie. In this reboot of the classic Munsters series... Swiper, get away from there. Stop it. Thank you. In this reboot of the classic series, The Munsters, we follow a monster family who moves from Transylvania to the American suburbs. This Rob Zombie reboot includes some fan favorites such as Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily Munster, Daniel Roebuck as the Count, and Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman Munster. Now guys, I'll tell you, just as somebody who was, familiar with the Munsters growing up, I did like the show, but it's just not my favorite. However, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, I am a big Rob Zombie fan, so I had to watch this movie as soon as it came out. I don't know if you guys know this already, but if not, Universal actually told Rob Zombie he's not allowed to do this movie in black and white. It had to be in color. So something you might notice throughout this entire movie is the color scheme, and believe it or not, that's actually one of the things I like the most. There was a very vivid array of colors, reds, greens particularly, and fun fact, the reason this was all done is because he wasn't able to do it in black and white. He decided to just, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go the complete opposite way and we're going to use every color in the spectrum. According to an article I read with Rob Zombie, it actually says that he had experimented in filming this movie in standard color. However, the realistic vibe didn't quite jive very well with the cartoonish monsters, so we went for a very surrealism vibe. Another thing you'll notice throughout this movie is the extreme weird camera angles that Rob Zombie loves to do. He loves those low shots, he loves twisting the camera, he loves turning it side to side for some reason every time he does a movie. I'll be honest, I thought it was cool, but at certain points it kind of gave me a little bit of a headache, if I'm being straight up with you. A couple of things I wasn't a huge fan of with this movie. For one, and this was also addressed by several other critics, it doesn't seem like there's much of a time period. I get where we're supposed to be, but it doesn't seem to add up much, and the storyline just kind of seems to be non-existent. There's not much of a plot. And the pieces that are scattered in just seem like they don't really fit for me. It kind of feels like they were just thrown in just for the sake of being thrown in. At the ending, for example, I think a lot of people will agree with me that the ending just didn't seem like an ending. You know what I mean? It could be leaving it open for another movie, or it could just be that, there was no more ideas in Rob Zombie's handbook, so he just kind of cut the movie where he felt like it. And with a runtime of 1 hour and 45 minutes, you gotta cut it somewhere. And as far as the cast goes, we have Jeff Daniel Phillips playing Herman Munster, which a lot of people thought was an odd choice, but honestly, I kind of thought it worked. I really like the costumes. I really like the set, too, just by the way. I thought they did a really cool job with that. And I thought it did definitely have kind of a Munsters vibe to it, like the TV show. But getting back to Jeff Daniel Phillips, I think he did a great job as Herman Munster. I think that I didn't really care for the voice that much. Again, I know he was trying to kind of mimic what it would be like to be, a teenager or early or young adult Frankenstein or Herman Munster. But I don't know, something about it just drove me nuts with the squeaky voice. And as we know, every Rob Zombie movie has to star his wonderful wife, Sherry Moon Zombie. Now, a lot of people may say that she is not quite the best actress. In this case, I think that kind of shows. I'll be honest, again, I like Rob Zombie movies. I actually like Sherry Moon Zombie. I don't think she did a great job in the role of Lily Munster. And honestly, I think where the stars shined, where the cast shined, was Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa, because I thought that he, out of all of them, was kind of like leading that movie. I thought that he put on the best performance, and it was the most believable. And I think he did a great job of taking that Count, that Grandpa role, and just kind of making it into, kind of his own. So overall, I thought the movie was okay, but I was not a fan of it. Again, if you like the Munsters a lot, you may really like this movie. You might see pieces of the Munsters in this and be like, wow, that's really cool. It's a great family film. We could watch it with my kids. But I'll be honest with you, for me, it was hard to sit through. And I gotta tell you, I turned it off about 20 minutes in, which is something I never, ever do with movies. But I turned it off and I was like, I don't know if I could finish this. But I turned it back on. I stuck to it. Had to get through to the end. So guys, that's all I got. This was a quick review for the Munsters movie. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I can't wait to hear from you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.